Hey, it's Heather Kaye, and today is day 27 of my 106-day weight loss journey. Fixed my necklace. I should have did that before the camera started rolling. Told you I wear this shirt every day. Where am I? I am thinking, hey, this is Heather Kaye, and now for my confessions. As you know, I'm a food addict. I love food. And I think I did pretty good this weekend. I had a false reading again today, and that's where I hop on the scale. I'm very consistent in my weigh-in. I weigh in the morning, before I have my shower, before I have my breakfast, because that to me is how I get my true reading, because my breakfast will vary, and the amount of liquids I consume in a day, they vary. So, had a little more coffee today than I probably should have, but I took my weight, and it wasn't a true reading because I already had my breakfast, and I'm like, oh no, I forgot. So I have to wait till tomorrow, but as far as it is right now, since Friday, and I'm sorry I didn't do a video on the weekend because I just wasn't into doing videos, and I was just it's all about the relaxing. However, I did go to training on Saturday, and I passed. And you don't need to know what my training is for. It would scare you. So I'm all about bringing my certifications up to date. I got my firearm safety in 2018. I also got, Zombie Apocalypse, come on. And I also got my boat license. So I needed the FAC for pirates. Just joking. And so I'm also looking to take in a food handler's course. I'm also looking to take first responders training. Not that I want to be a first responder. It's just that my what do you call that? That's where you guys know what I'm talking about. Where you not occupational health and safety, but where you take first aid. My first aid, I don't know if it's expired, but if it's not expired, it's very close to expire. And so I wanted to take the first responders first aid, because it goes extra than the regular first aid that everybody has to have, right? Because if I'm in a situation, I like to be somebody who kind of knows what they're doing. And I think I do that because, what's the word? In a crisis situation, I'm not the one that runs the other way and panics. And it's just, you know who you are. Like, why would you want to do that? Because somebody needs your help. Anyway, so my training is ongoing. So, and I was out all day, and I had a sandwich, and I think I had the other half still in my fridge. So it's really difficult to regulate your food when you're out and about. And I was planning to take a lunch, but I didn't know if they had a microwave. You know, all of these things, when you try to lose weight, you come up with excuses like you take your lunch, and then you don't know if you're going to be near a microwave or how you're going to heat it. So you want food that's on the go. So I got all kinds of excuses for you. I did cook some very nutritious, healthy meals, which I'm very proud of. And then I saved my leftovers, and I put them in the freezer, because what I try to do is, when I make a good meal, if I can have like a second meal out of it, I put it in my freezer, and I have them all in the same container, and then I take them out and just surprise myself. I know, it's a little bit about how I lose weight. So what else I want to tell you? So overall, I found since Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today, I pretty much maintained. And I'm hoping that tomorrow would be a better reflection on how I'm doing. And I think it's probably going to be the same, because right now it's reading as I'm up a pound. And so I just been like being this little yo-yo, and it's not the direction I want to go. And I know why, because I'm not walking in the evening, which is where I need to be. But I'm happy to report that I am down 16 pounds since I started in November, which is good news. So whether I'm up a pound, down a pound, up a pound, down a pound, I'm still maintaining my 16 pounds. But I still got 4 more pounds to reach my goal for my coat, because I had it on there before, and I had a black shirt, and I didn't really show how much it didn't fit. so what I'll do is I'll wear a light color shirt, and I'll do it again like tomorrow. I think I posted too many videos, and I don't want to bore anybody with maybe putting too much stuff out there. So right now, my journey, I had a rough weekend because this is what I want to talk to you about. I was thinking, what are all the messages that if I were to give you a daily message, what is today's message about? And this one here is the power of the mind. I keep telling you that this is the biggest mind game you're ever going to want to play. And it's not that you're really playing, but it is a big mind game because my brain, my mind, was not cooperating with me. I had a slip, and I know where my triggers are happening. My trigger was that, and this is what happened to me last week too. Someone asked me to serve them food. Now, normally, I don't mind serving you if I'm having the same meal as you, which I try to have the same meals with my family, so that I'm not saying, remember when I first posted one of my first videos, they had a different meal than me, and I felt bad for myself because I was just starting out, and now I was asked to serve somebody something for a snack, so I got them a little kind of tray, and I gave them snack choices, and then it hit me. And I was so strong, I wasn't hungry. And then the mind is like, there's a snack they didn't eat, you didn't put back, like you should eat that. And so that was my mind playing tricks on me. And it's not that I'm suffer from any psychological disorders, not like, somebody's talking to me. It's more like the old you keeps creeping back, where when you're out of control, you have what I classify as mindless eating. And where you have to stop and think, wait, am I hungry? Is that a yes? Is that a no? And I'm thinking, I'm not hungry. And so you got to learn to what your body's triggers are, because my poor left hand, I can barely lift this. This here holds 3 cups of water, and this cup is so heavy until my operation on my hand, I might have to have smaller water bottles, because if I can get through 2 of these a day, I'm laughing because in the evening I have my tea. So what I try to do is, when I get this feeling, is to have water or I have tea, because unlike my coffee, I don't like it black. That's why I'm experimenting with all the milk alternatives. But as far as water, I love water, right? So I'm thinking, well, I'll have some water and see if I'm still hungry, because there are times where I am hungry in the evening, and that's when I overexert myself too much. I've done a little bit too much walking and a little bit too much exercise, where the food I had burned off, and I'm all about the smaller meals more often. And so I have to determine if I'm entitled to have a nighttime snack. It's not a given. I have to think this through. Am I hungry? And what did I do to put me into this? Because I talked about this in my other videos. There's triggers, like if you have sugar, it just triggers more. And when I eat something I'm not supposed to, what I find is that carries me on, like I'll be off track for 2-3 days, and I call it toxins. So it takes that long to get the toxins out of your system. And so, and I think I'm that way because I've been diabetic for 23 years now, almost 24, and years where I was on insulin, and I had to watch what I eat. I had to be careful, like with juice. Like, let's take apple juice for example. A diabetic is only allowed 4 ounces. And that's the same for wine. Everybody says you can have wine every day. It's a 4-ounce wine glass. And maybe tomorrow I'll bring out what 4 ounces looks like. So I'd rather have real food. I'd rather have a real apple or a real orange, because if you think about what 4 ounces is, like, are you going to eat 4 oranges? No, you're not. So it's really easy to consume too much calories with juice. So I just avoid it. So like I said, I'd rather have a real apple. And the natural sugar in an apple or an orange, if you eat it whole and not in juice, it won't betray you. So this is what I mean about when you're diabetic, it triggers your insulin, which triggers your hunger. So the sugar in your body, it's saying, have some more, and you're like, but I'm not hungry. And the body, it's almost like a withdrawal. It pulls on you because it's trying to tell you, give me a quick fix with the sugar. So the best thing is to abstain from it. If you're on a weight loss journey like I am, abstain from it, because I know what kind of trouble I can get into. And so, because when you, it's easier to think about it and have some water have some tea. Like I don't put sugar or milk in my tea. I have it black. So when you have that kind of ritual of drinking something, it will take care of your hunger. And if it still persists, you know you're hungry. And then you indeed have to eat because you don't want to put your body in starvation mode. And it's like, starvation mode, what is that? Well, I did have a bad week, but when I thought about it, I started skipping my snacks, and my meals are smaller, which relies on my snacks. I like to kind of think of it as a wood-burning stove where you just keeps putting like the logs of wood in there, and you burn it off. But like I said, when it comes to sugar, though, it pulls on you, and it makes you give it a quick fix versus taking some of the to eat some of the fat off your body. So hunger is a good feeling, but not if you're hungry. But you got, and I talked about this before, and I know I'm rambling, but I talked about like when you eat to your next meal, which your next meal is over here, this part in the middle, that distance there before your next meal, that's when your body breaks down on the fuel that you give your body. And it needs time to use up this, let's say, log of wood to burn it off. So we got to allow our bodies to do what they're designed to do. And that's where all the misconception comes in, because when your food is digested and it's working away at absorbing the nutrients, that it could also send you false messages. And to me, this is why the weight loss industry and the food industry is a billion-dollar industry, because it's so subliminal. Like for me, when I'm giving somebody a treat they're asking for, that it's sending me messages too that I want it, which is kind of what happened to me this weekend. And same thing when you watch TV. What I do is when there's ads on about food, I put it on mute during commercials, and I don't watch a whole lot of TV. And then if I'm on playing a game on my phone and it's showing you a food infomercial or whatever, put it on mute, walk away, let it do its thing. So that's where my food addiction is with me, because like so many things that can trigger me. So I'm trying to be stronger than these cravings or these calls of food that my body may go through. And the weekend's here, and when the weekend's there, I mean, today's Monday, but when the weekend's here, you're all about, yay, the weekend's here, it's time to have fun, come on. You're all guilty off that and sleeping in. And what I do for myself for breakfast, like I actually had a gluten-free blueberry waffle, because I'm trying to stay away from gluten, because you know how much I love bread, but the bread, I think, it's not cooperating with me. And having bread and homemade bread is like a 400-year-old tradition. But what I think my body is sensitive of is all the pesticides and the stuff they put in the fields when they're growing. It's in the dirt, which is in our products, which is where I think a lot of the celiac and the gluten allergy comes from, is not necessarily from the flour. It's from the chemicals that are in the ground. And that's my theory. Anyways, you know me, I could go on and on and on. So if you want me to make something in a video and something I have that you might want me to elaborate more on, I can do that. It's just you got to put in the comments and tell me what you want to hear. If you want to hear more about these theories, because I love food. I love studying food, and it's part of my journey to, I guess, all the weight loss programs are all out there. I've been on them all, fortunately. And I learned a little bit with each one. So now I'm at a point in my life where I'm custom tailoring a program that with me that I can stay away from animal products, anything with eyeballs and a mother, and try to find a milk alternative, trying to find an egg alternative, which I study all the time. And I think I just love studying diets, because I feel like there's a thinner me that has to be in this body. This is not the person I want to become. I mean, I love me, but I'm not loving all of this extra storage I have on my body. But I'm down 16 pounds, and I'm liking it because it's starting to show in my face. Then the next thing it'll show in my neck. So, or I need a neck strap. Anyways, please like and subscribe. Sorry for keeping you, but you know how I like to talk, and I know how much you guys miss me. And this is just making up for the videos for not being there on weekends. But I'll try harder to get daily videos to you so you don't miss me so much. Press like and subscribe. See you real soon.